Hi everyone. Right, it's been a couple of days since I've done a video. I'm just going to give you an update. I'm going to show you these on a night when I've been relaxing, because as you know, I've been working extremely, and I mean extremely hard. But when I've been relaxing, I've sat and made flowers. Now, unfortunately for me, my hands are getting worse. Which is a bugger for a crafter, and they're bearable some days, but then when it gets cold like it has been at night, my hands do suffer terrible. And so, you know, how long I'm going to be able to keep on myself, I've no idea, but I will go on as long as I can. Now, regarding the post, I just want to give you a quick word about the post. All UK parcels have gone. The only ones I've got today's, yesterday's, and some from the night. But all the other UK parcels have gone. All the overseas parcels, which are quite hefty, quite big, big orders, we've got half a dozen to do. So, and they, you know, one can take up to 3 hours with all the cutting, and because the shop is so cheap, you can get such a lot for your money. So the overseas people do the right thing and they buy in big orders, which is fantastic, but they do take time. And like I say, there's a few of those, a handful of those to do, and then we are up to date. If you haven't received your order, then please let me know. Overseas people, please remember your orders can take up to 4 weeks. Even though if you've not had it tracked, then it can take up to 4 weeks. The post office won't do anything until that 4 weeks is up, and then they'll, you know, start doing something about it. Especially if you've had them tracked. If you've had them tracked, you normally get them within 3 to 5 days. I've had parcels getting there in 3 to 5 days. I know Paula Fowler's one of those ladies that gets hers. She has hers tracked, and she gets every one. But, you know, if you're in the UK and you haven't received them, they give you 2 weeks. You have to wait 2 weeks before the Royal Mail will do anything about it. So bear with them, and that's because we know the stockpile, and we know that they're not doing the job that they used to do. They know it, and we know it. So just please give them time. If you think your parcel should have arrived, then give it till Saturday. And if it hasn't arrived by Saturday afternoon, which includes Saturday morning's post, then get back to me, okay? Just send me a message, and I'll do all I can to sort that out. But like I say, I know folk they do sometimes think that it's our fault, and it's not. When it's left my hands, it's out of my control, unless you've tracked it, and then it's out of my control. But, you know, at least you've got something to go on. So I do apologise to everybody. I had a comment from a lady who said that, you know, my customers don't mean anything. My customers mean everything. And if anybody knows me, and a lot of you do, I don't do things for me. I do them for them, for my customers and friends. Everything I do is for them. Obviously, the lady doesn't know me, but kind of hurt, but, you know, I can only do what I can do. And because I do work 16 hours a day, keeping it all together, obviously that's going to cut down when we get the staff. And, of course, we are looking for a unit. Which we found. I go down tomorrow to investigate one, you know, to see if we can hire a unit where there are some available, and transfer everything to there, and do it like a 9 to 5 job, because I'm going to have to. Health-wise tells me that, let alone anything else. All right? And I'll be able to take the staff on. I don't have to have them in my home and things like that. So there's a lot to running a business. Some of you know about it, and some of you understand, and some of you don't and haven't got a clue. But I'm just trying to express to you all, it's not easy. Not when you're not busy, you can run it and brag about it. But when you're busy, there's nothing to brag about, I can tell you. We are extremely busy, and it gets busier by the day. But I will not stop unless health. The only thing that will stop me from running the store is my health, and I'm doing all I can now to prevent that from happening. that I get any bad health. So as long as my customers are happy, satisfied, and stay with me, understand what's going off, it's just like a transition. We need to get that sorted. That is the next step in the business. And if that's what we've got to do, is to get a unit and all that, and take on the staff. I don't actually want people in my home working. It's not right, because at the moment I've got it in 5 rooms, and I don't want them going all the way through my rooms, if you know what I mean. So everything has to be looked at properly, professionally, and everything like that. So I just, please, like I say, all the UK ones have gone out apart from last night's, yesterday's, and the night before. They will all be done in the next couple of days, but you've got a week's period. I'll take the information down and put the new information up after tomorrow when I know what we're doing. Oh, right, now let's get back to what I'm supposed to be doing. I've made these out of material, little roses, and they're quite pretty. This is like an old-fashioned rose, pink, rosy pink. They are beautiful, actually, and they're very soft. This one's made out of a different chiffon. And that one, oops. That one I could put a middle in. And then there's that one, of course, which I've shown you how to do that. Do the middle and then sew that outer edge. And, of course, they can fit into each other. Whatever you want to do with them, it's completely up to you. I just love them all. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. Now, as you can see, this one is not so gathered, but that one is gathered. But it's done very similar. Now, you take your strip of material. Because you need to roll them once they're gathered, you need a fair bit. Now, I would just say 12, 24, 30 inches. 30 inches of material. And mine's not even cut straight. Look at that. It's not. What you do is, if you wanted this one where it's just straight rolled, like that, then your material will be straight at the edge. And you just fold it in half. You'll fold that in half, stitch it along, running stitch all the way along, and then you will just wrap it. And you'll end up with this one. But to get this one, then you need to cut a diagonal line. But this corner has to meet that corner when you are sewing. It will be awkward to start with, but do start it. Do try it. Should do a couple of tacking stitches to hold it on. And what it does, it gives a twist in the material when you've sewn it. So now we take the bottom and we put the 2 sides together, which, as you can see, it's twisted this. That doesn't matter, that's how you want it. And now we do like a running stitch. So I'm just going to show you this, because it's the technique that gives your flower the look at the end. Again, we just bring the 2 sides together to meet. Just do it in little like inch sections, because you won't be able to do it in bigger ones than that. Just do it in inch sections. Okay, and just keep going. Even though mine's not even, that doesn't matter. That gives it more of a kink in the fabric when it's sewn together, which is better. And it's satin, so it's soft material that you can ease up. See how it's got it kinked? That's fine. That's how you need it. We need that twist. So get your needle in there. Give it a running stitch. Just keep bringing the 2 sides together. Now what you do is you gather that up. Like that. And then I'm just going to tuck that in. And give that a couple of tacking stitches. Okie dokie. Where's my little snippers? So we've gathered that up. You will have to have it all facing the same way. So what you do is, if you were stitching it, you tuck that in. And then you'd start. But I'm going to glue mine. So for now, we're just going to tuck that in that way. Like that. And then dab a glue on it. Make sure your material's staying all the same way. And I glue that section. I don't glue this, only to start with. Just fold that over. Like that. Squeeze that in. Again, making sure all this is twisted the same way. And just continue to twist that flower. Now, if that's not quite gathered as you want it, just run it along, run your finger along, make sure you've got a nice even-ish gather, run that along there. This is what you're controlling the flower. There you go. And tuck that in. And there you go. You've got a gorgeous rose. Now, that can be shoved down in there a little bit. Let's poke that in there. Like that. So you've got your roses. That's a different material. This is more lighter and fluffier. But they are so easy to make. And then you could add your leaves to them. And I'll just get a couple of leaves because I want some on mine. It's going to go on a headband. Okay, so I'm just going to attach one of these. Like that. Let me snip that off a bit. I'm going to put another one between them. Like that. And then I'll put a backing on it, of course. If I can find a back. Oh, I'm going to put this on actually. I'm going to put this ring on that I've made. Onto that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like that. And I think what I will do, I've got just a small pearl, just to glam the centre of that up. I'm actually going to pop in a pearl. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? I can pull that down a little bit. That's it. So I hope you like that, and just try them. They're really, really simple to do. Cut a strip. If you want that type of rolled rose, you just fold it in half, stitch it down, pull it a little bit, and then wind it round. over and over and over. If you want this with the kinks in it, which is like that, then you cut an angle, diagonal line on it, cut it on one end, stitch corner to corner, and then keep bringing the front section up to meet the back section while you're stitching, and then gather it up a little bit as well before attaching it all together. I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.